All right, Tom Petty, be quiet. Day 2 of chemo radiation. Kind of hard to judge. Actually, I feel pretty good. I'm just tired. Tired because I didn't sleep a wink the night before day 1. I was gonna do an update at the end of day 1, but I was just too tired to do it. I went to bed at like 9 o'clock or something, which is really early for me. Chemo, I'm taking the tablets. I do get some nausea from there, but I have some pills for that, but haven't had to take them yet. I understand that it'll be a cumulative effect, and I'll probably need them eventually, as well as some other things, mouth sores and this hand and foot syndrome. And the radiation, that was interesting. It's something I've never been through before. Don't feel anything. Again, it's going to be a cumulative effect as it builds up into your body. It's basically like a CT machine, if you've ever been in there. For myself, I lie on my stomach, and they line me up with the laser so they can hit the spot they need to hit with radiation precisely. I have a couple tattoos on my hips that they've placed when they did a trial run, so everything will be consistent. Because you don't want to go start radiating the kidneys for no reason. So yeah, it's just weird. The machine goes around you, makes some noises, and you're done. But apparently you'll get the cumulative effects, like a skin rash and some other things. So like I say, I'm just tired. Didn't sleep the night before, and yesterday was stressful, unusual day. I had 2 appointments, CT scan first, and then the radiation, and there's like 3 or 4 hours in between that we're spending in Ottawa, and we did a little bit of shopping, and just ended up kind of sitting around and trying to kill an hour or 2. So yeah, day 2 today. I went to see if my trailer was ready. It wasn't ready yet. My appointment's in the afternoon. I shouldn't have this truck, but I still have it because the guy hasn't paid yet. So I'm going to go run into Ottawa before my appointment and pick something up for the wife. And, I got a beef here, a gripe. I was recently kicked off this wood processing group on Facebook because I made some comments about Easton Made. Nothing too bad. Actually, the last comment I made was to an administrator. I just asked him to explain something to me, and instead of explaining it to me, he kicked me off the group. So I did some looking into it, and turns out Jeremy Bell is one of the administrators of this group, which is a huge conflict of interest, and just goes to show you, a guy gives himself a little bit of power, and it goes right to his head, and he abuses it. I don't know Jeremy Bell, but wow. And Kev, I think it's Skitter Kev, guy who now Skitter Kev doesn't know me. He doesn't know I'm going through cancer at the moment, but here's a guy who lets people know that he supports cancer patients and arranges for funds for them to travel and that. I'll never use that, but you let people know that for a reason, because you want something back, that esteem, right? And you could also make the argument he's letting people know just in case they want his services. Okay. It's humble bragging. So he's administrator of the group, and I'm disappointed. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know what I'm going through. That's fine, but and I don't know. There's 3 or 4 other administrators there. I don't know. As far as I could tell, they'd probably all be involved with Easton. I don't know. Seems sketchy to have a group that's seems to be apparent a catch-all, and you had conflict of interest, and then they go and abuse their little bit of power they've given themselves. Absolutely ridiculous, childish, immature, and misleading. And it just goes to show you what they're about. They couldn't answer a simple question. It was about, somebody asked why they bent the the shaft on their slasher saw, how that could happen. And I made a comment about my recent, or a buddy's recent experience with Bell's East-A-Made. It was the Bell's machine, and somebody, an administrator, piped in and said this can happen for a lot of reasons, suggesting it was user error, which seems to be the default thing for East-A-Made. And I asked, okay, well, can you expand on that? How could this happen? And instead of answering like an intelligent person, he kicked me off the group. So I'm going to set up a group, build it slowly. It's not going to be any conflict of interest, and you know, I'm not going to sell out to anybody because they give me a wink and a smile or anything like that. But I'll set it up, and I'll let people know if they want to have honest conversations and a place to complain about their machines. And I know there's probably a lot of complaints out there. These are expensive machines, man. These are expensive machines, and you shouldn't take BS from them. If things aren't right, you got to hold their feet to the fire. Anyways, that's all for now, folks. Thanks. Have a good day.